Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, child, with yet another video for y'all asses. This is Queen Sugar, Season 1, Episode 7, In No Uncertain Terms, okay? Now, child, we're going to start this episode off with Charley. She back in New Orleans over to Aunt house. She laying around. She feeling, she feeling mighty down, feeling mighty bad in her spirits, Her husband done lied to her. She done found out that, the man she believed in and loved for the last 3 years at least, he's been lying. He been cheating and he been doing her all kinds of wrong. And she just, she over it, and I can understand how she feel, but is telling her, look, girl, what you gonna have to do is pull yourself back together again, and you're gonna have to go out there and talk to your son about this situation, okay? Cause he wondering why, I'm sure, you returned and didn't come back with his daddy. So we gonna need you to pull it together, okay? That's what we need you to do. Well, she does this. She go talk to Mike, and then she explain, no, your dad didn't do it, because the first thing he asked is, why he didn't come back. Did you find out he did it? She said, no, he didn't do it. But what he did do is he cheated on me for the last 3 years with this prostitute. Now Michael ain't got nothing for the dad. 0 fucks is given for the dad, okay? Well, he asked her, well, what we gonna do now? She said, well, we probably gonna have to stay around here at least until harvest. And you could tell he wasn't really feeling it. He into talking about he gotta take his SATs and all of that. And I'm sure that's a big difference from what he's used to in LA to what he gets when he's there in New Orleans. So, and for the most part, I think the thing that bothered him the most was probably the fact that he now knows that beyond no shadow of a doubt, his family probably breaking apart. And that's gonna be hard for him to come to terms with. Now, we get this scene at the table where Blue, he's sitting there, he culling and stuff, and Ralph Angel, he walking around getting things together for him, and he notices him drawing. So he asks him, what you drawing? Is that a picture of me and you? He says, no, it's me and mommy. He missing his mama, and I can get it that he probably would be feeling like that. And Ralph Angel feel a bit upset about that because he wished that his situation with his baby moms was a little bit different so that the child don't have to suffer, because ultimately it's the child that is suffering, but he got to do what he got to do to protect his son, okay? So next we have the PO that comes over to see old Ralph Angel, and Ralph Angel showing him around the house and stuff, Blue's room, saying things is good. Well, the PO asked about that job he had down at the warehouse, and he said, well, I was laid off. The PO said, well, I heard about, he said, I heard that you had been let off. He said, it's mighty funny. I recall right before you got laid off that you were, talking about you didn't really care for this job too much. And it's mighty convenient that you were able to get laid off right before they'd have a bus down there. He asked Ralph, did he know anything about it? He said, nah, what happened? The PO goes on to tell him, look, them guys you was working with, well, they was running some type of underground scheme through that warehouse. They were stealing cell phones, laptops, and other electronics and selling it underground, okay? Shipping them through that warehouse. And they done been busted, and they all looking at 5 to 10. Ain't it good that you was laid off right before that bus? Ralph said it sure was, because I'm trying to do the right thing. He was like, oh, real? Well, before he had already told Ralph Angel, Blue not supposed to be living there. Because he asked him, and he said he been living there. He said, well, according to the paperwork, he's not supposed to be living here. He's supposed to be living with his aunt Violet. And Ralph was like, well, I've been out of jail for 7 months. I ain't got in no trouble or nothing. But the PO explains, look, for the next year, she's supposed to have guardianship of this child. Now, I got some paperwork here I'm going to give you. Now, you have her sign it, and then he can live here with you. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to need you to get these papers signed, because Blue ain't supposed to be living with you, Ralph, okay? Now, he also told him, look, I'm not finna report the bust, the information that I suspect, and I'm not gonna report that you got laid off, but you gonna have to go get a real job. Ralph get to talking about where he gonna be working on the farm. That man said, look, you need a job with a verifiable tax ID number. He said, well, I can get all that for my sister. He said, well, look, let me tell you something. Long as it's a job that's paying you at least 40 minimum wage, 40 hours a week, then I'm cool with it, but you need to get that tended to, okay? Because you need a job, Ralph Angel. We need some check stubs and stuff. Okay, child, we find out that Nova does get down with the lesbian girl, because she and her and Chantel done fucked, okay? Now, we see Chantel getting up after they done laid and thrust in passion all night long, and she's preparing to leave when Nova wakes up and asks, so you leaving? Chantel said, I only was leaving because I didn't know if you wanted me to stay. Well, apparently she did want you to stay, because she pulled your ass back in the bed, and, you know, y'all was playing around with each other and spending the day together. Now, over at the farm, they getting ready to plant seed for the crop. Remy there, and he's saying they need to go on and get this stuff done as quickly as possible because it's a storm coming, okay? It's also a guy named Kevin there who is delivering some water tanks or something like that that they need. So, while all of this is going on, Charley is still feeling kind of overwhelmed. Her marriage, you know, bought over. Her son, his personal feelings about having to have his life uprooted and, you know, running that farm. All that is all in her mind, and her mind is all over the place. Ralph notices that and asks her, is she okay? She says she is. So, Kevin getting ready, he done brought the tanks, he getting ready to unload, and he asks them, you know, for his payment, who is the owner. Ralph say he is, Charley say she is. Charley ends up saying we both are. Well, he said the tanks were like a little bit over $3 grand, and she gave him the company credit card from the account she set up for the farm, right? Well, he run that card, and baby, it declined. She said, well, just run it again. He ran it again, and he told her it declined a second time, saying insufficient funds. She was like, can't be. Kevin was like, look, you know, he wasn't mean or nothing about it like he really could have been. He said, well, look, I'm going to have to get some type of payment, you know, because I can't leave the tanks or nothing without my payment. She said, well, do you have time for me to call the bank to see what's going on? He said, yeah, he did. So she called the bank, and that's when she found out that $10,000 had been taken out and deposited into the account of a bail bonds company, okay? Now she's super pissed, and she heads over there to Nova's house. Nova out there in the garden smoking weed, her and Chantel just spending the day together in lesbian lust. And she hear her pull up, so she go out there, and she telling her, I know you took that money out the account and sent it to some bail bondman. Now, Nova say, she said, that's a company account for the farm. She said, how could you just steal $10,000 and not say a word? She said, Nova said steal. Now, that's kind of a harsh word, she said. She said, I had to help Too Sweet out. She said, if it was Michael, you'd have did it. You'd have did the same thing. And I said, yeah, she probably would have, because that's her damn money, Nova. You dead wrong. If this was Ralph Angel or anybody else, you'll be calling it wrong, and we'll be mad. And so, bitch, I'm mad because you stole this girl damn money. She gonna tell her it was better than spending $3 million on her husband's whore with her trifling ass. Now, Charley, Chantel come out, because I guess she hear the disagreeing going on between Nova and her sister. But Nova tell her it's okay, you know, this is just my sister. And she tell her she plan on replacing that money. But the thing is, girl, what pissing her off is the fact you took it and you didn't ask the question, and this money's supposed to be going toward the farm. She say, it seemed like when we was trying to plan Daddy's funeral, you had a problem with me trying to use my money to do anything to help around here. Y'all had to all put y'all inputs in. But now when it comes to you wanting to help Too Sweet, you didn't give a damn that was my money I had in that account for a specific purpose. You went ahead on and you got it anyway. She said, look, let me tell you something. Don't ever tell me nothing about nobody's trifling ass again. And she leave because she pissed. Now, Hollywood done returned. Yes, he has. He has returned to us, child. And he is, Blue and Michael there and stuff, but he kind of get him some get the hell out of here for a little while, so me and Vi can have some private time coins, and that's what they do. Next we see Charley meeting up with Ralph Angel at the diner, and he talking about, they don't have the stuff to grind the mill, so now that's another obstacle they got to face. And he asked her about signing this paper saying that he worked for her for the PO and stuff, and she hit maximum overload. She went slap off. She went talking about, no one around here asks me about anything. All y'all do is just take. Y'all never think about giving nothing back to me, and I'm just tired of it. And she gets up and she leaves. Now, Vi came into the Vi came on into the diner, and Clyde and they're struggling. Things ain't been the same since Vi left, and you could tell it ain't. Cause see, when she walked in, them customers, they knew her, and they knew she knew them, and they was speaking to her, saying they glad she there. And she even Clyde said, hell, he waiting on her to come back, but she told him, no, baby, I'm not trying to do no coming back to no work. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm here for my last check. Now you got Roberta. This bitch is flirting with her. She flirted with Hollywood with no fucks to give. Now she flirting with damn Ralph Angel because he came there to order some food. Talking about how big his farm is. Child, I ain't got time for Roberta, but I'll talk about that hoe again in a minute. Now Ralph goes to see Vi, asking her to sign that damn paperwork so Blue can have custody back of his son, and she tell him no. She say, why would I want to sign this? She said it's only been a week since that warehouse was raided, and you had some of that shit up in there. Had it not been for Vi, you would have went down with them. She said, I can't take a chance of something happening like that, and Blue would have wound up having to go back to Darla because technically she is the mother, and now she got a job, okay? So I'm not taking no chance like this. She said, did you forget how we found him? And her, Hollywood found her turning tricks in the shed with Blue back there dirty, dehydrated, with me and sweat all over him. So I'm not taking that kind of chance again. No, I'm not signing that paper. Now, it's a storm approaching, as I had stated earlier, and they need to move, fast as they can to go and get this crop in the ground and to make sure what's already been planted down don't go in vain, because it'll get washed out in this upcoming storms. Charley, on the other hand, is there, and she been about nobody giving a damn about how she feel and expecting so much from her. Then we get a scene where Hollywood and Michael is together, and he telling Michael, you need to be more supportive to your mom, and something else he wanted him to say to his mom. And he said the same way you need to tell Vi about whoever that is that keeps calling you. Now Hollywood gonna say to him, that's not what you think. He said, man, that's what my daddy said. And you see how that turned out. He said adults lie, but one person I never expected to do that kind of stuff would be you, okay? So he in his feelings. Now Nova comes by and she takes Michael to this art exhibit, her and Chantel. And when they get there, there's this painting up on the wall of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Grant, and Eric Gardner. This is when you find out how sheltered other people kids, rich people kids are, because he knew nothing about those boys or the backstory, and Chantel had to tell him that. So that was good. Now Charley goes back home to Vi's house, and Vi telling her, look, you need to take it easy with Ralph Angel. He trying. Charley said he never keeps a job, so why would I want to put him on payroll and pay him? And he don't he work down at the warehouse? Vi said they had an illegal ring going there, and he left there, Charley. So now she looking crazy and feeling bad because she done said all this unnecessary shit. Vi said, don't feel bad about it, honey. I have those thoughts at time too, but I see he trying. Baby, everything ain't what it seemed. Y'all remember that little piece they showed us in the preview? Yeah. Well, Charley asked them about, she asked about Michael then, and Vi say, well, Vi said he with Nova, and that's when she got mad, called him and told him he ain't to go nowhere without her permission. In truth, she just mad at him. She just mad at Ralph Angel. That's about it. And so Damn, I think I can do it. Okay, now Hollywood having this crawfish boil and everybody getting ready. Now over at the farm, Roberta then came over to Ralph Angel's house. Say she decided to take him up on his offer to see how big the damn farm is, and it's looking pretty big. She flirting. She asked him about where Blue is. He said, "Girl, if he was here, you wouldn't be here." He told her, "Baby, go back there in that bathroom, take your shower, and leave everything that you got on right now back there with you when you return." So she did. So outside, Charley, walks up on Nova. She want to talk to her about taking her son out without her permission, but she overhear her having a conversation with Calvin about him not using her as a reason to leave his wife. If that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. So she hang up, and Charley like, "Oh, so you messing around with a married man?" She said, "No, I used to, and see, the thing about it is it's over now. It ain't happening now." So Charley said, "But you got the nerve to think you can judge me." She said, "Stay out of my business. You ain't right either." And she right about that. Now Ralph Angel show up late from sex and old Roberta to the hold down, and they having a good time. Remy encouraging Charley to push through. He said she gonna be okay, and he's apologizing to her for every person who ever hurt her and said they were sorry and didn't mean it. So he just trying to be a good guy, and that everybody having a good time. Then here come Hollywood ex. I forgot her name, but I do know that that's Maxine Shaw from Living Single. She show up there, she looking disheveled, asking about where is Hollywood and they baby. Vi come over there because she want to know what's tea, who is you, what's up, So she said she looking for Hollywood and they baby. Hollywood by now done seen this girl, and he come over there and he tell Vi this my ex. Maxine say, I'm his current wife, I am his wife, and I'm looking for him, and where's our baby? So, Vi like, y'all got a baby? He said, "Look, I was married to her, and we did have a child together, but we don't have a child no more. Y'all, I'm tired. It's late. I've drifted off. I don't know what the hell happened to this baby, but put it in the panty what it was." Well, anyway, next thing we know, he wind up. Next thing I know, old Maxine Shaw done slapped the shit out of Hollywood and be ready to get body on that ass. He telling her, Vi, she got bipolar. She said, "I don't give a damn. That don't give her no right to put her hand on you." Well, he had to wind up explaining that he married to the girl. Okay, he kept her because of. He kept with her because she bipolar, and without him, she don't get the insurance money she need. The insurance she need to get her medicine. So that's why he been with her. That's why all them times he left to go to work, he would be checking on her because he is the only next of kin that she has. So that's what he been doing. Vi feeling betrayed and she feeling hurt. He told her, he said, "Look, let me just get her settled and I'll come back." She said, "No, don't worry about it. Don't come back." And the look of hurt and disappointment in his face, I felt through his acting. That's what I love about these characters. Man, that tear dropped and it was over with. But that's it. That's all that happened on this episode. We won't be back next Wednesday because of the debates. We'll be back the following Wednesday. I hope I have pleased you all. And I will see you all again tomorrow for How to Get Away with Murder. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you back later. Peace.